question about it. And along the way, incredible contacts and incredible partnerships all throughout this community. We're very fortunate. We have complete confidence of our community. Our officers work hand in hand with them every day. And really, that's the highlight, you know. So, as I said, there will be lots more to be said. I do appreciate the support of the board. Been incredible over the last 5 years. The amount of transformation and just different initiatives, a lot of it thrust upon us by outside forces, you know, the ministry changes, calls for change, and obviously the legalization of marijuana. These are things that nobody's planned for. No organization saw them coming just a few short years ago. Street checks, unfounded sexual assaults, all of these things are put upon us by other organizations and other entities, and we've responded. We've responded in a way that we're provincial leaders here locally. And those are great attributes, and it's a complete credit to, of course, the men and women. So, I've had a great career. Thank you.
So we will engage a recruitment firm that will help the board through the process of doing a nationwide search for our next chief of police in the city of Windsor. We will cast the net wide. We will find the best candidates, and they may exist here internally. They may exist somewhere else in the province or some other province in Canada. But we will find the best chief to take over from Al Frederick.
Do you know who that firm will be yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Were you expecting when the chief was hired 5 years ago that you would be back in this same position after 5 years? Were you hoping he'd be a little bit longer?
Well, listen, Al Frederick has done a fine job in his role as Chief of Police, and there's been a great transformation inside the Windsor Police Service with his leadership. He will certainly be missed, but he's been talking to me about succession planning certainly for the last year and what his plans might or might not be. And as of course we get closer to the dates that we had talked about, his plans became clearer, and he shared those plans with me. So thank God the board has been working on succession planning for at least the entire time that I've been here. We have some great internal candidates to consider, and I'm sure there'll be others across Canada that we should consider as well. And we're going to go through and make sure we do our due diligence and find the best chief of police to represent the Windsor Police Service.
Obviously, he'll have a legacy that he sees as what his legacy is. What do you think what is Frederick's legacy within and without the police department?
Yeah, so Al Frederick really is a guy who has helped transform the Windsor Police Service. And over the last 5 years, if you look at what's happened internally in terms of organizational transparency, in terms of the way that we engage with the public and the information that is shared with the public, it's much different today than it was even 6 or 7 years ago. It's been a great change in terms of responsibility, transparency, and accountability for police officers. And there's never been a time when he shied away from facing a confrontation head-on, trying to get to the bottom of a situation and trying to find a reasonable solution to the problems that face complex organizations like police services. The best thing about Al Frederick is that he's a very humble guy. What you see is what you get. He's an easy person to work with, and as the chair of the board, and I think the rest of the board would echo these comments, we've truly enjoyed working with him over the last 5 years.